continuing with this lesson, I want us to think about something here. Okay, so we're going to talk about perfect square of a binomial. But before going into that, I want us to think, okay, what if I write 2 square and I want to do it here in this grid that I have here? What does will mean? So it's like I have 2 units here, agree? And a square means that I'm multiplying it by itself. So this one is 2 times 2. And when I do that, I'm forming a square. That's why we call it square numbers of 2 by 2. Agree? If I do 3 square, what is this? So 3 units, agree? And then 3 units multiply, and then I create a perfect square. And how many units do I have in that area? So if we count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 squares. And what about 2 times 2 is 4 squares, agree? Okay, what if I have 4 square? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom. And how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well done, Miss Ochoa. You know how to count in English. Well done. Okay, there you go. Nothing new here. So that's what we call square numbers. So now let's think about what happens when we are actually creating the binomial of an expression. So let's say that I'm going to do something like a plus b square. Okay, so to do that, I'm also going to create a square because I have a binomial here, a plus b, and it's being squared. So we're going to use the same principle that we use here. Now, the only thing is that I don't have a 2, like only a number, but I have a plus b. Okay, and we're going to create a square and see what happens with that. So to do that, I have created this square that is going to be, oh my goodness me. Thank you, darling. Okay, here we go. This one, I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to call this one A. So the red one is going to be A. You just have to be very patient, girls, while I copy one of these ones at a time. This one is going to be B. Okay, so beautiful blue, you're going to be B. Beautiful. And what I'm doing here, I'm just doing A plus B. Do you agree with me? So this one is B. And what I have created here is what we call A plus B. Okay, and now I need the same ones here on the other side to create the square. Agree? So bear with me, girls. You can do this. You are very patient, girls. There we go. This is only to help me to show you the square. Don't worry. I wish I knew how to do this more automatically. I don't. So you just have to be very patient with me. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one. And put it up here. Good. Good. And now I'm going to bring another A, but that is vertical because I don't know how to change it here in what note. Okay. So this one. Good. It's exactly the same as this one. You can measure it if you want to. Perfect. This one is going to be A. And then bring in the B. This one here. I don't like that you already have seen my square. That should be a surprise, but that's okay. Sometimes things good enough doesn't have to be perfect. Move. Move, move, move. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to extend this thing down. Good. So what I have here, and maybe I can do this one a little bit smaller so we can see it all. So here I have also A and B. And I have A plus B. I'm just putting together here A plus B. Okay, and I know that if I create this one, I'm going to have a square here that is going to be A times A. Do you agree? So if I call this one, and here, that's why I have it done in PowerPoint, because if I tried to do it here, it wasn't going to work. This one is going to be a square of A times A, and that's going to be A squared. So I'm going to bring this square that I have created, this one here. I didn't use exactly the same red because it's not the same as A. A is A, and this one is a different term, agree? It's not A, it's a different term. This term that I'm putting here is, you should fit exactly. Why are you not fitting? Don't be mean. Okay, this one is A square. Okay, and as I said, I'm not using the same shade of red that this A because it's a different term. Remember that A square is not the same, it's not a like term with just A. Okay, they're different terms. I cannot do, if I had A squared plus A, I cannot say, oh, that's equal to 2 A's, or I don't know what you will do, like something that it's not possible. That's wrong, absolutely wrong. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, good. Now, the other square that I can see that I have is this one where B times B. So that's going to be my blue one here that I have. So if I paste this one here and bring it to this side here, then this one, again, I'm not using the same shade as this blue, it's lighter, because this one is also a different term to that B. This one is B squared, okay? And what do I have here in here, this rectangle? So hopefully you're saying this rectangle is going to be A times B. So whatever I'm going to write here is going to be AB, which is this purple one. Why is it purple? Because it's the combination of blue and red. Oh, how beautiful. I actually thought about this, girls. Okay, so this one is going to be AB. And then I have the same one on the other side. You cannot see my hand, Miss Ochoa. This one, okay, beautiful. So this one is also purple and is the same term as the other purple, and this one is AB. And this, maybe this doesn't align 100% because I'm using PowerPoint, but if you want to use paper, you can see and you can work it out and see that it actually works. A, B, beautiful. So I'm just going to align this one. Work, please, please, please match perfectly. There. Yeah, kind of, yeah, it looks a little bit off, but it actually works perfectly. Okay, so then I say, okay, when I have A plus B squared, that's what we have here. I'm going to just write it here. So A plus B squared is going to be equal to what? It's going to be equal to A squared, and I'm pointing to the red one that you cannot see my finger, so this one, plus 2 times AB, because I have 2 ABs, plus B squared. Okay, and now we have another shortcut that you can use, that like the one that we were explaining before, where you can say, okay, I have the first term, I square it, then I say plus 2 times A times B plus the second term square. Okay, and actually this one also works for subtraction, if this one is subtracting. So let's say that I have A take away B. The other way that you could have done that, instead of using all this drawing skill that I had to use here, the other thing that you could do was just expanding it like this. So if we do this, what is going to be this being equal to? A times A is A squared, beautiful. A times negative B is negative AB, Remember to always write your terms in alphabetical order. Then negative b times a is negative ab. And then negative b times negative b is equal to positive b squared. And if I collect like terms, the ones in the middle are like terms. So this one is going to be a squared, take away 2ab plus b squared. So if I have a plus b, a take away b square, this one is going to be equal to a squared, take away 2ab plus b squared. Therefore, here comes the other principle that we needed to do, have. This is called the square of a binomial, girls. And it's saying that if you have a plus b or a take away b squared, you have to solve it. To expand it, you will have the first term square. If you're having a plus, then it's going to be plus 2 times the first term times the second term, plus b squared. If you're subtracting, then it's going to be take away 2a plus b, as we demonstrated here, okay? So here is when it's plus, here when it's minus, and here you have it in abbreviated form. Wonderful, girls. We're going to do examples in the next video. I hope you find this useful and clear. I hope you like my squares.